There's no butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
What's going on, y'all? Holy shit here. In this video, we're going to see what Kullervo can do on defense. Although he kind of looks Fabio, he's not Fabio. But his moves, heirloom dagger, is definitely butter. So, let's stop the cheesiness. Let's get into this. He is in rogue class. Check the box for a good class. He's at average mana speed, at 984 attack, 920 defense, 1614 HP. Average mana speed might be a smidge low. So his stats actually look extremely familiar. I gotta go check Zakina because I want to say some of the stuff looks copy and pasted from that hero. His stats are similar, and his ability is 300% damage to a target, then deals 470 damage to a random different enemy. So that looks copy and pasted there, which is okay. And his enemies hit automatically cast mindless attack on a random ally when mana is full at the start of the turn for 3 turns. That's pretty damn cool. And then against dark characters, status effect becomes uncleansable and lasts for 2 turns longer. Yeah, that's... Be careful when you bring dark characters to go against them. So yeah, in comparison to some other mindless attack heroes, there's Alfreich, there's Zoc. So I think he's definitely better than Zoc, because Zoc only casts mindless to 1 opponent, and then Alfreich is kind of like a random. You can end up hitting 2. Sometimes you end up hitting all 5, but you know that's totally random. Where Kullervo, he would cast mindless to whoever you want to attack specifically, and then the other one would be random. But at least you could, you know, essentially diffuse somebody who's about to get set off. Now, obviously on defense, it's going to be totally random, but still kind of cool. All right, so let's talk about Kilvala family bonus. Let's see, what is that exactly? How does that work? So if you receive a special skill damage from the opposite or stronger element, rather, then you would receive a -10, -20, 25, or -40, depending if you have 1, 2, or 3 heroes of the same family. So, you know, that's kind of a, you know, neat family bonus. So each one is protected against the opposite stronger element. That's unique. And then his passive is the power of Sisu. So when this character starts a turn with low health for the first time during battle, they would recover 15% health and receive 15% mana charge. So that's, you know, that's if that character ends up just surviving a brutal hit and it's their turn at that point. You know, that could be enough to just fully charge them up, keep them alive, and, you know, turn the battle around. So I do like that. So let's talk about the setup here. So I essentially ended up you know, smushing Kullervo because, you know, with that 920 defense, 1614, you know, he's not the most robust. So you got to keep that in mind, that on defense, if he's not put into a good position, he's can essentially just get taken out, you know, way too early. Now on this setup, you got a really good tank, right? So you got the dark tank. You want him on a flank. I don't think you want him on a wing. I think he takes too long to charge up, you know, as a, you know, somebody that's on a wing. But when you have a good tank, he's going to end up, you know, charging up and have a better chance of getting set off. So Znalfod, definitely, like, he's a banger of a hero. He is probably the best tank you can, you know, have set up with Kullervo on the wing there. Obviously, this setup is ridiculous, you know, just really thinking about it. I mean, you got Costume Catalan that's going to potentially, you know, dodge. You got Mindless from Kullervo. You got Snarlfire that's giving 20% mana charge to everybody if he gets set off, and then heals. And then, you know, you got double Lacey. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of double Lacey's. Double Lacey's, if they go off, forget about it. Unless you got like taunt or, yeah, basically taunt. I can't think of anything else that really is a good counter for that besides maybe dodge, but that's not a high enough percentage. Now let's get right into the assessment here. For defense, it's going to be kind of hit or miss, right? So if you have a setup like this, I mean, naturally, Kullervo is solid A plus, right? So with that being said, you need like a heavy duty tank like Snalfod, Holda. I can't think of anybody else that's a super duper good like dark tank, but like setup like this is definitely A plus. Now, obviously, you got Costume Catalan, at fast mana. You got double Lacey fast mana. I mean, this is like super defensive. So as Nalfa goes off, there's a really good chance that Kullervo is going off as well. So even if one of these characters gets taken out, you're still gonna have a hard time like recovering. So defensively, set up something like this, solid A plus. Now, if you have him set up differently, let's say you put him as a tank, you put him as a wing, your tank sucks, or the synergy's not well, your best case is like he could, end up being dropped down to like a B plus. So setup is key. And really, when I think heroes are assessed, they should be thought about in different type of synergies. So with this setup, definitely an A plus. With that last setup, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So that last setup, I'd give it like an A minus. I mean, obviously, I got some decent heroes here, and not everybody's gonna have bangers like this. So defensively, anywhere between a B plus and an A plus. Offensively, A plus all day. Set them off in 9 tiles. Game over. So I hope you liked today's assessment. I'll catch you on the next one. Later, y'all.